This is a journey into sound. This is a journey. This is a journey into sound.
Ding, ding, ding! Welcome to round 3.
Wow, dude, these sound levels are so big right now.
We're going to fuck the rest of the episode with our introduction sound levels.
Yes, we are.
Welcome to Unofficial Intelligence.
Yeah.
We have a wonderfully special episode this evening because it's another episode.
It's
and that's
another
special
episode.
enough. But we also have a wonderful special guest today.
Hey, how's everyone doing out there?
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to one of my most special friends in the entire world. A guy who I took under my wing and helped him blossom into a beautiful butterfly. Nick Bishop. Everybody, Nick Bishop here.
Here I am, the beautiful butterfly man that has blossomed from Clint's underwinging of myself.
Underwinging. I like that term. That's a good term, underwinging.
Yeah.
Underwinging.
Underwinging
I think we're
solid.
going to have to use
I've done
that.
a lot of underwinging, and I feel like a successful person now.
Exactly.
So I heard this really funny joke yesterday, and it was one of those jokes that, like, the more you think about it, the funnier it gets.
I like those.
You know those jokes that just kind of, like, resonate with you?
Yeah.
All right, and it was this, right? It was, why are redneck murders the hardest to solve?
Why?
Because all of the DNA matches and there's no dental records.
It's so true.
And, like, the more I thought about how many, like, rednecks are in my family, like, the more I thought that was funnier. Because, like, you know what they say about Texas, right?
What do they say?
Like, I have a lot of family in East Texas. Not that all of them are redneck. There's some good people out there. But the thing they say about Texas is the farther west you go, the less towns there are. The farther east you go, the less teeth there are. and Nick knows what I'm talking about because he grew up close to Beaumont. So.
Oh my gosh, so many people. You go so many different, all these little towns that are so close together, and you'll make a turn down a street that you know you're not supposed to be on, and people are just sitting out in their lawns, and you just make a U-turn and book it the hell out of there.
See, I think one of my favorite things about Texas is the fact that, like, because I have family in San Antonio that I will sometimes visit, and every now and again we'll just stop at a Whataburger to use the restroom. Granted, we are 30 minutes out of Houston, one of the biggest cities in the U.S.
Fourth largest.
Houston.
Fourth largest, yeah.
Yeah, fourth largest. And so we get to a little Whataburger in some small town, and I swear, all of a sudden we're just like, Becky, you need to go use the restroom right now. Honey, I have been telling you for ages. You need to go in there. I don't want you to shit all over my car. And it's just all of a sudden you're in these backwoods towns 30 minutes out of Houston. It's crazy.
I'll cut and shoot right outside of there.
Oh, fuck. I've had a weird experience with cut and shoot.
From my understanding and personal experience, no, I don't want to say personal experience because I don't want to associate myself with that. From my understanding and what I know of cut and shoot, it is actually one of the largest populations of the KKK in Texas. So you know,
Right there next to Vider.
yeah,
Oh, shit.
you know it's bad. Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to know my experience with cut and shoot?
What's
I
that?
would love to.
So cut and shoot, I have been to once in my life, and some friends from high school wanted to go on an adventure. So we just drive on 45, get off near Conroe, and we're in Cut and Shoot, Texas at like 2 a.m. So there's this like diner that's open, and we all want to go, and my friend is like, we're gonna die. And it's one of the 2 places that I've ever run over an animal. Oh my God. There was like a small jackal. The other time being, the first time that I ran over an animal was on my 18th birthday.
Oh no.
We were doing a play, and so we went to Denny's after the play because that's a great place to go after
absolutely.
any time. And a friend of mine at midnight stands up, clinks his glass with his fork, and he's like, "Hey everyone, I just want you to know, like, Tanner's turning 18 tonight, and I'm so glad. Like, he's such a good friend, one of my best friends. And so, like, we have a celebration, and then I drive everyone home, and, like, because it's midnight, and I'm old enough to be out in Jersey Village, but they're not. So I take some people home, and I drop off. I'm down to one more person, and I'm leaving a neighborhood, and this cat jumps out from nowhere and like runs right in front of my tire. And
Jesus
we
Christ.
just in slow motion hear this pop of an animal. My friend is like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I'm like, just keep driving, keep driving. Roughly 5 minutes later, my friend texts me like, hey, have you seen my cat? It's a black cat. And I'm like, I don't know, I haven't seen it. Turns out they find it, run over in the exact place that it ran over a cat.
Hey,
So whenever I go to cut and shoot, I think about running over one of my best friend's cats.
is it really your fault though if the cat ran in front of it?
The cat was waiting until I was in front of it, and it fucking darted out underneath
cat
my
committed
tire.
It's
suicide.
a known fact. Cats commit suicide. I mean,
Suicide.
they're all pretty sad.
Yeah.
But like Cut and Shoot's one of those towns like any other town, like especially the town I grew up. I grew up in Corsicana, or a little bit outside of it. It's like any one of those towns, like you always have those like those people. You know what I'm talking about? Like the Cash Me Outside girl.
Oh,
like
yes.
the Cash Me Outside by Dad.
Look, you're talking to a guy that grew up next to Port Arthur. Right? Every other woman you meet is exactly like
Here,
that.
I'm gonna try to mimic this the best I can. I'm gonna do my impression of her. You ready? Cash Me Outside by Dad.
like just a little bit of Cartman thrown in there.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Is a little Asian maybe?
There's a whole blender of like odd, strange, odd hoes thrown in.
I expect you to offer me fried rice after you're done. I
Absolutely.
honestly did.
No, but like the cool thing is, I heard on the radio this morning that Live Nation offered her a contract to go on tour and do a live show. One of the early dates that she's doing is in Houston, as a
Which
matter
I
of fact.
don't fucking understand.
How is she famous?
I don't like. She's not. She's doing a Q&A. She's lip syncing to some songs. She's and has like other like YouTube famous people and like Vine famous people doing cameos.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
know
not
what?
really her show.
You know what though?
per se.
I do have to point out like special props to someone for becoming internet famous from Dr. Phil in
Yes.
2017. Like
Who would have thought?
that's the marketing.
Yeah,
That's
like-
like internet shaming going to internet fame. It's ridiculous how we've come to this.
But like
Yeah.
I think about her like how she embarrassed herself on the Dr. Phil show, and I think about Dr. Phil and the scary movie. Which scary movie was he in?
Oh, it was scary. It was scary movie like 1 or 2.
No, it was like 4, wasn't it? Scary Movie 4. I don't know. And like seeing him in that, like, come on, dude. Like you're asking for a cat mouth high girl to be on there.
That's,
longest
he probably found her
surprise.
and he's like, yes, my ticket to relevance once again.
But no, that's like
Back in the spotlight, Oprah's gonna have to pay attention to me.
that's just like
Oh, put me on your network.
that's just the youth though. Like if you think about it, like just like I don't want to sound like one of those grumpy like Gen X. Like the Generation X people are like,
Well-
everything after my generation was awful. But like, I know we're millennials technically, but like,
We've got some pretty weird ones.
But
they actually gave us a new name for like old millennials. Is Generation Y,
well,
because there's a difference between us born in
hold
the
on.
late
So
80s and 90s.
I'm pretty sure that millennials, like the millennial generation, is cut off and has been cut off
I
for
feel
a
like-
good few years.
like-
Millennials are like in their 30s and late 20s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that's
but-
done.
But like they even split that. Like they split millennials, like kind of like old millennials and new millennials. They did. You know how Gen X was the generation that raised us.
What's up?
What's up? They got Gen X. Then they have Gen Y, which technically falls under until you're born into '94.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
me a-
so it's like
That's solid.
old millennials. So you got to experience the blunt of the '90s.
Drop me a beat. New millennials in the house. Come on, new money.
Yeah. Yeah, check it.
I don't
millennials.
have.
Oh no, go ahead. No, dude, sorry. Here we go.
I don't have a
millennials.
follow up. I
New
didn't think that this
millennials.
would happen like this. I
New
didn't think that I'd be
millennials.
rapping in this thing, but here
New
we go.
millennials.
Yeah, here we go.
New millennials on the mic on Clint Beans, keeping it fresh. Yeah, I'm making ladies scream on wreck on the mic, keep it fresh like a cellophane. Haters tripping 'cause I'm flyer than an airplane. Clint Beans, I'm the motherfucking G thing. I got my nick on the beat, record from the streets. I'ma beat my meat. Yeah.
That was
I
fantastic.
like how I ended that with a masturbation reference.
Also, levels for that section are going to be fucking ridiculous.
Oh, it's gonna be fun to edit, isn't it?
Yep. I am excited.
Sorry, Tanner.
No, it's okay. I put burps over a certain someone's name a lot, so
That's okay.
I've been through editing hell. Can I tell you, Clint, there is a section of the last episode where you're like, and thank you so much, Tanner, for your editing that I cut out, and I'm like, I saved it to where, like, at the end of every episode, I have you thanking me. I'm like, Clint is so appreciative of my work. Thank you so much.
Awesome. If you ever need an updated version of me thanking you for the editing, I would gladly do that any day.
Every episode, we need, like, Clint, we can't end. We're not over yet.
You
thank
thank me
appreciation.
for the editing. No,
We're waiting
man.
for it.
Just so you guys get to know Nick a little bit, Nick Bishop's one of my close friends. Nick and I actually met. He started working at Saltgrass in Conroe.
Oh, wonderful Saltgrass, where dreams go to die.
Yeah, we were both going to Sam at the time, and I didn't know, but he actually was the same major as us.
You're going to Tim?
I was going to Tim.
Yep.
That's what I said.
What, Tim Smith?
Tim Dallas?
Tim Dallas?
Tim Dallas State University.
Oh, what a
That's where we're
wonderful university it
at.
is.
That is where we're. Make sure you burp out the actual name of the university that I said.
I feel like the series long thing is just going to be Jenna's burp now.
It's going to be super relevant from now on. Put it on a t-shirt.
But I was living in Huntsville at the time. Nick is still living in Conroe, and so he got a job there, and I heard that he was going to Sam, and he came in with his family or whatever, and I was talking to his aunt, and I was like, no, totally, tell this dude to get my phone number, we'll hang out, and I was like, well, we'll have a good time. I was like, I know he's new to this area, whatever, and then I saw him in the theater department hanging out, and I was like, no way, dude, and he's like, bro, you go there too? And I was like, Sully.
I
Sullivan.
remember that. It was like a defining moment in my life. I was like, he works at... What? What is this rare moment that has been bestowed upon me by the gods above? What is this?
I was like, Sullivan, you chota, you a kick in the nuts. Come here.
It was so awesome. And from that moment, like, we've just bonded at work, complaining about crappy tables, crappy professors, crappy roles, you name it. We have bonded since that moment in our lives, and it has been a hell of a ride, and I've been very thankful for these past 3 years in which I've gone into Clint's underwinging.
I feel like, Nick, you've gotten smarter. Like, you wised up while you were in the department.
Oh, I did. It was, I think it was, I was in a professor's class in advanced acting, and, it was funny. The two, solidly Christian people in the class are chosen to do a rape scene. And the awkwardness of doing that scene.
Right. Hey, that's college theater, man.
Isn't that the way it always turns out?
And it is. It tests you. But I remember in that moment, I was just like, I don't think this is for me.
Wait, was it Streetcar?
It was Streetcar Named Desire. It was the Stanley.
Oh, it's an implied rape.
Yeah, implied rape.
So,
Implied rape.
can I say, with that scene, there were a couple times that scene got into trouble because there's the infamous moment where the glass bottle is broken.
Yep.
And there was one time in one of the classes, my year, that someone just decided to fucking method act and break the damn bottle on stage. And the director was like, stop! No, we cannot break bottles for a goddamn class.
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
During that scene, I also realized sparkling water burns like a son of a bitch in your eyes. I'm thinking this is going to be great.
Wait. When you say... No, because I did that scene in Stanley also, right?
I think
you
I know where
say...
he's
What do
going.
you say in that line? It's like nectar from the gods or rain from heaven?
Yes, it's
something
rain
like
from
that?
heaven, and
Rain-
you're supposed to let it
and you
fall
just-
over you. And a professor was like, I want you to open it up and shake it. And I want there to be like this water or this beer everywhere. And so I did that, but I was like, you can't do that with water.
all over your face from an upward angle and just
drown in
Rain
it.
from heaven.
This is also whenever I learned that in order to buy O'Doul's non-alcoholic beer, you still have to be 21.
Which is
because
ridiculous.
there is a certain alcoholic amount.
It's .00.
And I told
.01,
the cashier this.
Yeah.
I was 20, and he's like, I know, I've actually done the math. You need to drink like 30 of these in an hour to get drunk.
You would die
I don't
from
know how the
volume
fuck.
poisoning far faster than you would die from alcohol poisoning from drinking an O'Doul's. Your bladder would burst, which is a whole other host of problems now that I've gotten to deal with that. That's fine.
Anyway, so Nick wised up and decided the biggest decision of his life was decide that hey, I'm not gonna make much money doing this, so I'm just gonna become a nurse.
I tried out for so many different shows and got denied, and I just realized I was not. They say in theater you have to be a triple threat. You have to be able to act, dance, and sing. I can sing, relatively well. I can act pretty great, but
Nick,
my dancing is horrific.
Nick, if I had an '80s like metal band, like if we were alive during the '80s,
yes,
you would kill it as a '80s metal singer.
Yes,
like,
I miss our time singing. At Sawgrass, we were infamous for singing randomly, and especially War. That was
we'd sing War all the time.
Fun times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good God, Joe.
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Say it again.
Y'all.
All right.
Oh, that was good to get that out, man.
I've been holding that in for months.
Again, those levels are fucking ridiculous.
We apologize.
I'm telling you, this man's got power. He could have been an 80 metal.
This is why, you can be an 80s singer because you have that
Exactly.
fucking power behind you.
And that's what I grew up listening to was like Twisted Sister and all these 80s hair metal bands, and I blame my father for that.
Some of my most favorite times of working at Sawgrass. God, I hated that job.
It's so much.
I hope nobody at Sawgrass listens to this and gets your job in danger. But
I hope so. Just so it give me a reason to leave. I've stood outside in the parking lot with a lit match and a gallon of gasoline, which is actually really funny because about 2 or 3 months ago, it actually caught on fire.
It actually did.
I had nothing to
really
do with
did.
it, but
there's
like
so much
a
drama
weight off my shoulders.
There's so much drama surrounding that restaurant. Either it's going to catch on fire or there's a giant flood where all the employees have to pull a woman out of her car. I was a part of that. That was a year ago.
I was not there for that.
That was a year ago in May. Yeah, in that video, the Saltgrass Conroe employees went outside with a ladder while the water was waist high, and we pulled a woman out of her van.
Dear God.
And all of that water was brown, so I know that was fucking septic water.
Yes, it was.
I had to throw away my work shoes.
What's his name? Cork? We call him Cork.
We call him Cork.
We call him Cork.
Corky.
And you know that saying they always find like the most unintelligible people to interview. Rang true.
They literally found the dude who shouldn't have graduated high school, but they felt bad.
Who was referred to as Cork. I don't know him, but I do not value him highly.
Dude, we some of the most fun times I had was when we were it was slow during a lunch or in between, and we would just mess with tables. Just to do we would challenge each other. One of my favorite things to do was I'd be serving a table, and Nick would walk behind me, and he'd whisper in my ear. He'd go, "White, black," and I'd go, and I try every time I try to say "I'll be right back," I'll say, "I'll be white, black." So they're like, "Sir, can I get another beer?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll be white, black."
So many different little things used to.
Oh, dude, we used to say, instead of balsamic vinaigrette, we used to say balls on it vinaigrette. Balls on it vinaigrette.
Speaking of that, tell us about the Thousand Island dressing.
Once I was bartending one evening. I think it was on a Friday evening. And me and another good buddy of mine, Kyle, I hope he listens to this.
He's one of the 3 SoundCloud listens.
It's a story. This lady asked for Thousand Island dressing, and we kind of told her, we're like, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but we haven't got our shipment from the Thousand Islands yet, so we're gonna be out of Thousand Island dressing for a while." And she was like, "Oh, okay." Oh no.
The intelligence level of the customers that come in there.
Kudos to Kyle for that.
Well, that's also just the person pretending they're smart enough. Yeah, I fucking know it comes from Thousand Islands. I took a vacation there with my husband. Thank you very much.
We know the recipe is secret. That's why it's shipped to you.
You should look at my Facebook album. I have plenty of pictures there. The Thousand Islands.
My favorite though, when I was first really learning about beer, and people point at the beer on tap, they're like, "What kind of beer is that? Is that amber or lager?" And I'm like, "It's a beer."
It's darkish.
It's dark. It looks like pee. It's a beer.
Have you ever been really dehydrated? You drank a lot but didn't drink a lot of water and then peed the next morning? Looks like that.
Yeah, definitely.
The one where you question if you should see the doctor or not.
That's funny, dude.
Like, you were telling me today, you had a crazy come in.
Oh, dear God. All right.
Your eyeglass job.
So I had some man walk in with the dirtiest, oldest glasses that I've ever seen. Like, this man is wearing these giant aviators with clear lenses. It looks like this man had dropped them in a garden and, like, left them there for a few months and then only remembered that they were there because he stepped on them, broke them, fixed them with a Spider-Man Band-Aid, and came in wanting them fixed for free. So this man comes in and, like, this brown suit, belly the size of 3 men, with, like, on a cell phone and, like, a beeper on his his belt. And it's like talking like, yeah. Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, thank you very much. And, like, hangs up. I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, hey, can you fix these glasses? How much would it be to replace these? And I'm like, these are broken. It would cost you the same to get new ones. And he's like, I'm not sure. But here, now that I'm in your place of business, let me sell you something. I have this book called The Higher Taste, a guide to gourmet vegetarian cooking and a karma-free diet. Over 50 famous Hare Krishna recipes.
Wait, you said he was skinny, but he had like a belly sticking out?
This man was normal size, but his belly was the size of 3 men.
That's like the malnourished, like
African children.
They had their belly sticking out.
It's like you wonder what's really going. Is it from worms? Is it from like malnutrition? Are they just gassy? You don't know, but you don't question it because it's wrong.
And unfortunately, this man was on this vegetarian diet that apparently brings you closer to God. Now he
might be a little malnourished.
He gave me this book that was from the Spiritual Mastering Guide, His Divine Grace. I cannot pronounce that name. But he talked to me about how the vegetarian diet will not only be healthier for you, it will bring you closer to God. And there are 4 tenets that will bring you closer to God. You need to be vegetarian because you are only blessed with so much food, and by killing others, the Bible says do not kill, and you're killing animals. And also, like, in this vegetarian diet, you still need to cook the food and present it to God and pray, because there is still bad karma from killing these plants. Like, there is shame in everything.
But
if you are sick and someone else cooks for you, there is bad karma in that.
But wait, weren't humans, like, by instinct, like, eating meat to survive before religion was created?
We only have teeth that are made for plants. We only started eating meat after the Great Flood. And then we were supposed to eat plants after that, but humans just didn't listen.
Is that what he said?
Adam and Eve were vegetarians. They didn't eat meat.
I'm clearly sure, in Genesis, it's pretty clear. It's like, hey, he killed the animals for them to wear. No. Really? No, we're going to just on that.
So yeah, this man came in, delivered me this book, wrote me a whole fucking, like, the entire first page is a foreword to me and dressed like Dear Tanner.
Damn it.
Like, is fucking, hold on. It is, remember, cook for God, offer food to God, honor the blessed food of God. It is, this man just sold me this vegetarian food that will get me closer to God because, in karma, we're not all born equal. If you lived a bad life, you're born as an African without shelter or food.
Yes,
but if you lived a good life, you're born with a spoon in your mouth in a New York high-rise.
Oh, gosh.
And the way karma works in that sense, with cocaine that they're doing, they're going to be right back in Africa in the next life.
Suffering with the distended belly and all.
The four tenets...
They're going to end up handing out books for the Hare Krishna.
The 4 tenets were, you should not eat meat, you should not gamble, you should not have sex, like frivolous sex with random strangers, and you should not take intoxicants. Meaning that I'm going to be born as a fucking worm in the next life because I do all of that.
That's literally all 4 of those. That's 4 strikes, you're out.
Like, God's like,
I'm out of here.
Fuck you.
Like,
down to hell.
I'm already pretty poor. Like, I know I can get poorer, but like, is there a step down below that? Because that's where I'm at.
Most definitely. You're gonna be a fucking ant in the next life. An ant who is killed, like a sugar ant who has no brain, who is smashed in like a day of life.
No, what is it? You're going from like, you're not even in the minor league. You're in like the league under that. But you're going to be demoted to the league under that, which is playing in the Mexican league.
I'm
where
gonna end up
everything is terrible.
I'm gonna end up as a daddy long leg spider where I'm not venomous, but people hate me anyway, so they just kill me.
You're the most venomous, but your fangs are too small to make anything happen.
Oh yeah, that's right. They
Sounds
are
like
the
my
most
sex
venomous.
life.
How were you describing your dick earlier? Like a small
tuna can.
Like a tuna can. It's really wide, but
one
like
of those
an inch
miniature
long.
Coke cans. You know, not like the actual 120 calorie, but like the 80 calorie ones. Ooh.
I mean, I guess that beats a Spam can, right? Where it's like long and rectangular.
That's all sorts of messed up. It's like you took it and squished it just a little bit on the top and bottom.
Ladies, if you're looking to suck dick on a calorie budget, I know which one.
I'm so sorry for anyone listening to this.
Speaking of higher taste, am I right?
A title I expected from a cookbook from Denver. Also, luckily, this book is half like religious nonsense, half cookbook. So like, it is actually going to be relatively helpful.
Oh, speaking of Denver, dude, you know, I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry, family. The last edible that I got that you gave me from Colorado,
Weed edible THC.
Okay,
Yes.
it was. They're potent.
They're
very potent. Very potent.
Yes.
So the last one I had, the last one of 10, I gave to my boss, and because I was like, yeah, I want you to try this. I gave it to him. Well, he splits it with his business partner, who's a Vietnamese lady. Oh no! She begins texting me, telling me how weak they are and how much of a waste of money it was. And then, not even 30 minutes later, she was spelling "oops" OPPPPSSSSS. It's ops. Ops. I said the ops. I spoke too early.
Her fingers decided to. They said, "Nope, I'm out."
If you're gonna eat an edible, okay, give
it some time.
Give it some time. Do not think just because you can eat a bunch of them that they're not strong. Okay,
it takes a little bit of time.
It takes a little bit of time, and when you eat it, it lasts longer than when you smoke it because your body processes it faster when you smoke it.
It takes longer for you to digest it and for your liver to break all that wonderful stuff down and for it to get into your bloodstream.
If you're like me and you don't like your lungs being sore, that is a better, almost safer alternative, wouldn't you
Absolutely.
say?
I would.
And we got somebody who's about to be a nurse telling us that is a safer alternative.
I would say 100% it is definitely a safer alternative. You know, I can't disregard marijuana as far as a medical supplement. It has plenty of benefits. We don't know any adverse effects, but if you're gonna do it, just eat it and just chill out somewhere and just get ready for the ride.
Yeah, and so I found these edibles whenever I was in Denver for the first time, and I went and I was like, hey, so like, I smoke, but I don't smoke a lot recently. Like, can you give me something that's like good but won't get me too bad? And she's like, well, the weakest thing we have is these gummies. Like, you can eat half of one. And I'm like, fuck you, the weakest thing. And I eat it.
You eat half of one?
No, I ate all. So first off, I had a lollipop that was like half of a gummy. Oh, no. And then I was like, this shit ain't working. Let me eat a gummy, which I had like, I went for an assistant management position in Denver, so I bought a bunch of it and left it in my backpack like while I was working a shift at the Whole Foods there. And then I left and I ate the lollipop before meeting up with my friend, and then ate a gummy before meeting up with my friend. And so it takes about an hour until she arrives. Then her and her fiance arrive, and we go eat. And then after we eat, we go to a bar. And it isn't until I go to the bar that I'm like, oh, fuck, here it comes. So I'm trying to pretend like, oh my god, I'm such a lightweight. This beer fucked me up. But like at the same time, I'm blitzed. Like, I'm fucking like seeing shit in the next dimension. I'm so high.
Dude, okay, so when I first got them, when you first smuggled them.
Yes, I smuggled like a couple $100 out of Denver.
Oh, yeah. Gosh.
Let's go. We're almost at 30 minutes. Let's go 35 so that people can get.
Let's fucking do it.
Let's do it.
I am down.
Let's do it. So I got them and I was like, oh, I've had edible before. I'm gonna eat this, and then I ate 2 of them, and the gummies were 1 gram a piece.
Oh no.
Of indica. I ate them, and then not even 10 minutes after I eat them, my other roommates come up and they're like, "Hey, let's go to Mellow Mushroom and get some pizza."
Wait, do you mean? And I say that only so I can burp it out.
Yes. We go to Mellow Mushroom, right? We hit a little bit of traffic, so it takes us about 20 minutes to get there. So that means I'm 30 minutes in, right?
Ooh.
Right as we pull up, I'm in the back seat. It comes on, and it comes on. You eat 2, it comes on real strong, head high, like straight up. We walk in. They're talking to me as we're walking in, and I can't remember what we're talking about as we're talking about it. I keep forgetting what we're talking about as we're talking.
Oh no!
We walk in. I walk around, and I remember thinking, "This is the biggest room I've ever seen in my life." I don't know why, but I was just like, "Dude, this room is so. There's so many room for activities there." And we go and we sit down, and we're sitting at this booth, and we're looking at the entrance, and there's like a dipped ceiling towards the entrance. There's a big Goodyear sign where the Gap is. And like the sign was so big and so yellow, I got scared of it. Like I was so blitzed, I was borderline hallucinating. I was so afraid of the Goodyear sign.
Oh, no.
And all I could think about is how I couldn't wait to get my pizza, but I could not remember what I ordered.
See that kind of reminds me of the most fucked up I got at a theater party.
Oh no!
So
Those
we'll
are
talk about
notorious.
We'll talk about Shady Manor in probably a later episode, but Shady Manor was a den of sin, essentially.
Ooh.
And so there was one time I went to Shady Manor that I had my wisdom teeth out about 4 years before this party, so I had a couple codeine left over, and they were expired by like 2 years.
Ooh.
So I took 4.
Ooh.
And then I smoked at that party, I think, 14 joints and or
Like a
like
chimney.
bowls. So
Just like passing them around.
I kept, because I had like smoked half a joint, and then someone
Smoked 2 joints
was
in the morning.
yeah.
I smoked 2 joints at night. Yeah.
So my friend was like, "Hey, let's go like find these people and smoke it." And on the way to find someone, I found another person smoking. I'm like, "Hey, can I get a hit of that?" So I joined in like 14 times. By the end of it, there were trees talking to me. Like one of our peers, who is the grandson of the Duchess in The Sound of Music, found me in a state with yellow eyes and drove me home. It was a bad time.
That is nuts.
That sounds like a bad song. That sounds like a really. You need a trip buddy.
Oh, well, no. Trip buddies were around, and that is going to be discussed in another episode.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
Things
yeah.
got worse.
Yeah. More to come about Shady Manor. But I love, Nick, that you just so much have your shit together and a direction.
Yes.
And like, you're busting your ass and working hard, but you got a direction, and when you get there, you're going to be making that dough, bro.
And that's what I hope. And, it has taken a lot of being tossed around and beaten to sort of, air quotes, find a direction. But man, I took a look at my life and I evaluated what I was doing. And the big thing about being in theater is whether or not you're marketable. How can you sell yourself as a product?
Yep.
Okay,
And I didn't like that.
Not to interrupt you, dude, but okay, we in the department, we encountered a lot of different people who were good at a lot of different things.
Yes.
There's a lot of people in the department.
Exactly.
And you go to like all, we're gonna burp all that out.
I can tell you.
And you see all this talent and everything, and I still to this day have not met another person who could cold read better than you.
I am very good at cold reading, which is contraindicatory
That is my weakest skill.
To
Cold reading.
the fact that I have ADHD, but
My
some reason
mind
I
works
get into
faster
it.
than my mouth does, so my mind is reading the words faster than my mouth does, so I just stumble over my words. You read it like you've read it 1,700 times.
It's, I read ahead and then my mouth speaks as I'm going, so it's I have an understanding of the line. It's like an out of body experience, but
That is
cold reading is fantastic.
But you
That is
never
a God-given gift.
once you did in JUCO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, one. Okay, there's no label as an actor, right? You can be a professional actor or
Exactly.
an actor who's never done anything. At the end of the day, you're still an actor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I see that in your future.
Oh yeah, my love for acting has not faded, not one bit. I'm just going a route where I don't have to wait tables for the rest of my life, waiting on an opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We
Tanner,
both understand.
Tanner and I both understand.
And I still do something that I think has meaning for my life. It's not like
the doing your friend's podcast.
Exactly. But the medical community has always had a love in my heart and a space. Growing up with a brother who had medical problems, so it's something that I've always loved, always been connected to. It's just theater had more opportunities for me at the time, so that's what I pursued and that's what I loved. It's always had an interest, and it's always going to have an interest. But right now I'm taking this opportunity to do something where I feel like I could benefit the world and myself and heal hearts and touch people's lives and hopefully work with pediatrics and put some smiles on some kids' faces who are in some really bad situations.
Sounds like you had a divorce and you found a new girlfriend who is like really great.
Well, you know,
it does kind of sound like that.
It does. And you know what? She's a perfect. She's 10 out of 10.
That's good.
Definitely.
All right. Well, I am a big fan of your success, and I'm glad that you were able to join us today.
Absolutely love to
I
be
believe that we have just about run out of time now.
Yeah, we just hit the mark. But hey, guys, thank you all for everyone who listened in and liked us. Please like our page. Send us an email if you want us to talk about something. We'll even give you a shout out in the podcast if you'd like.
Oh, most definitely.
We got more great stuff coming your way. I don't want to give anything. I don't want to give too much away for the next podcast. But I definitely want to tell you something great is coming. Clint Beans has his little wheels turning.
This is something that I don't even know, and I am like pumped for.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
a hamster on a wheel.
Thank you, Nick, for stopping by, dude.
Thank you
It's
so
been
much, man.
I loved
fun,
it.
man.
You know what, guys? Just tune in for the next one. It is a heck of a ride and a heck of a cast.
We will definitely have Nick on again, but thank you guys very much for listening. And Tanner, go ahead and send them off.
Thank you very much, everyone. You all have a good evening. Like us on YouTube and SoundCloud and iTunes soon.
Thank you all, it's been a blast. But this pod is in the past.
Dude, that kind of fucking sucks.
Well, fuck you, dude. This is my outro song. If you don't like it, you sing it.
Oh, wait, hit it. Yeah, this pod is in the past. Thank you, it's been a...
That was worse than me.
Okay, fine. Play it however you want.
Thanks for listening in.